Many of my visions come from Rome. Rome is a part of my identity. Photography was completely related to the fact that I was living in Rome. I'm not the kind of photographer that every time he jumps from one airplane to the other. I don't consider the geography so important. I consider the soul much more important than the geography. Of course, the geography is part of the vision, it's part of the game in photography. But I think the vision comes from some other places. I chose to be a photographer when I was around 21, 22 years old. And I started with the studio where we are right now. You cannot imagine how many times I think I must do a work about Rome. I was seeing these faces every day when I was just, taking the bus going back home when I was doing my elementary or my high school. And the reason why I photograph the statues in this way is because I want to make these statues living, I want to give them a new life. I'm so happy to live in the city. But this city, for many reasons, is also a trap. Everything was made. If you read Adrian's memoir, he said in 140 after Christ, everything, the beauty, the power, the incredible big empire was already made. It's almost we cannot make anything better, but it's not true. Porta San Sebastiano is the south port of Rome. The Via Appia was the road that leads the Roman to the south. It's such an ideal path. And it's so beautiful, so full of history and beauty, and just in the center. If I have free time, I like to read or I like to walk most of the time to find a way to see the city. The problem is to find the personal way, the personal lens. What to see and what not to see. What is your personal view and what is your cliché view. I think 90% of the incredible stuff are in the city are completely unknown. At one point, I found these pictures of Villa Mills. That was incredible because I walk in the Palatino Mill like every Roman and I never saw a house. Mills was an English eccentric that built this villa around 1850. This villa was destroyed by Rodolfo Lanciani, the famous archaeologist of Palatino, because it was built on top of on a Roman villa. So he decided he needed to make excavation in this Roman villa, so he said, out. But it's also a perfect example of the Roman mentality, that we have to keep the things like they were during the Roman time, and we cannot go on. The only thing is a great balance between preservation and contemporaneity. If not, I don't want to live in a city of preservation. The solution is just to include completely the big history and the big beauty of the city to the path of the contemporaneity on different scenes, from the art to the architecture to the philosophy to the economy to the politics. My hope for Rome is to see a new generation of people in every field and make this place even better.